Good morning, everybody, to all our friends, neighbors, and market customers. This is going to be our first video from Pork and Greens that we're going to have on our blog, which should be up and running fairly soon. And what we're going to do on this first video is just kind of give you guys an overview of our farm. We're down in Okmulgee County, not too far south of Bixby, about 9 miles. And here in this scene, we're actually looking to the west. You can see the construction equipment. They're redoing the bridge over Snake Creek, which is our western boundary of our property. And this field right here that we're looking at, this was the field that all our vegetables were grown in this past season. We've actually already got it reseeded. If you look, the darker green in the background of the picture, that's seeded to ryegrass and clover. That's actually where we had our corn crop that we fed to the raccoon and deer. And up here in the front, this is where most of the vegetables were grown, and this has been reseeded to winter rye, which is a lot taller, grows a lot taller than the ryegrass, and actually is a grain and clover. So it's been reseeded. We reseeded this about two to 3 weeks ago. And just kind of doing a panorama shot of the farm. And then we're looking south. The farm's divided up into fields, and we'll kind of walk down and look at the fields. This tree line over here on the left, this is the boundary, the east boundary of our farm. And if you see that tree line way down in the background, that's the south boundary of the farm. The farm's all roughly 7.5 acres in size, and we'll go up and see where we're going to have our garden next year. We've already got it fixed up, and really it's ready to go right now. And I'll explain to you a little bit about why we've got it ready to go this early. But what we did is we had a fellow that has a plastic mulch laying machine come in, and he's already, as you can see here, he's already got the mulch laid. We've already got it reseeded into the winter rye, which is the tall growing grain, and clover. It's underseeded with clover. And we're doing that basically for weed control. We've got about anywhere from 8 to 10 feet in between rows. And what that'll allow us to do is, one, when the rye grain's really tall, we can come and sickle it down, and it'll actually cool the plastic mulch down when it gets real hot. But the other thing is we'll be able to go in here and mow in between the rows instead of having to cultivate. So we've got the plastic mulch, which is a great weed barrier, and then we'll have the ability to mow beside it, so hopefully to keep the weeds down, because it's basically an all-consuming job on something this size when you're trying to fight weeds. So that's really the purpose behind it. And in order, we had to lay it this time of year in order to allow the rye grain to get tall enough by springtime. Well, I'm talking about probably May when it really starts getting warm, and then we'll be able to sickle it down. And then we'll just have once it's sickled down, there'll just be rows of clover in between the plastic, which we can then go in with just a regular mower and mow it. So that'll make it a whole lot easier on weed control. And as we're heading further south, we're going to come to our back field, and this is actually where we'll farrow all the sows this coming winter. Actually, we have some getting ready to farrow any time, but they'll all farrow out in this field, and all the pigs will be raised out in this field. You can see right here we have kind of just a big open area. We've got some storage out in here. The two little shelters there in the back, that's a gilt storage area where we're keeping gilts that we're gonna start breeding in probably in early December. Here's a couple of the females that are bred. These two girls are actually sisters. And what I'm going to do on our next video is actually we'll go and kind of take a look at all the different pigs we have and kind of explain to you the breeds we're using and why we're using them. in a pasture production system like this. And but here they come. These are both litter mates, and they were out of a really good mom, and they look like they're going to be good moms. They've definitely got pigs in them, and they should both farrow sometime in November. And like I said, this is the field here that will farrow all the pigs in and then grow the pigs out for next year. So the pork you'll be getting in the market season next year, it'll come out of this field. And you can see it's seeded. There's 4 different types of clover out here, and you can see it's actually a really thick clover. You know, there's some Johnson grass in here, and it's hard to keep it out, but it's really thick. This is a mixture of a red clover, a ladino clover, a dwarf white clover, and alfalfa. That's kind of what's out here. And then looking over there, if you see that big sow, that's one of our herd sows. She's one of the main mamas on the farm. She's fixing to have pigs in about a week, I think. And so hopefully, maybe on the next video, I should be able to get some videos of some little pigs. And I know any of the kids that want to see this, they'll enjoy that. And then looking back there to the back, you can see it's kind of grown up. There's actually a big, that's underseeded in clover, and we're going to fence that in this winter and then open this field up, because our property goes all the way back to that back wood line, and open that up, and it'll make this field about twice this size. It's about an acre in size right now, and that's going to make it about 2 acres. But this is basically our farm. On the back side over there, we have what we call sacrifice lots, and all that is just a place that we can keep pigs, and we're not really worried about keeping it as a grazing area. And we'll keep pigs there, like females that are pregnant but aren't quite ready to have pigs. We'll keep them in those lots, because there's no grazing available. We'll keep them in those lots in the winter time, and then move them out here into this field when they get ready to have pigs. So that's just a brief overview of the farm. On our next video, like I said, we'll be kind of going and looking at all the pigs. I'll let you see the different boars that we have on the farm, and the type of, I'll explain, give them more detail about the type of breeds we're using, and why I selected them to raise out here in this type of environment. So anyway, we hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully I'll get better at doing them as time goes on. And like I said, this will be posted on our blog, and we'll be sending out an email to everybody that signed up at the markets, and you'll be able to we'll send a link, and you can log on to our blog and see the video, and then all the other stuff that we'll have on it that we think you'll enjoy. Anyway, thanks, and we'll see you next week.